I never thought I'd end up flexing on a bunch of aliens in their own gym, but here we are. Name's Riley, just a regular dude from Colorado who took a gig as a mechanic on a Xeno trade station orbiting some rock called Valthar 7. It was a slow Tuesday when I wandered into their fancy fitness center, shiny machines, weird gravity settings, the works. These Xenos, our catch-all term for ETs, were strutting around like they owned the universe, all scales and tentacles and smug vibes. I'd been fixing their busted cargo loaders all week, so I figured I'd blow off steam with a workout. Walked, in wearing my old gym shorts and a faded Rockies tee, and every eye, or whatever they had, locked on me. A big spiky dude from Crathax, 7 feet of pure ego, sneered and said, "What's the soft skin doing here?" I smirked, dropped my water bottle on a bench and said, "Just here to lift, pal. You want to join?" The room went quiet, then erupted in their weird, hissy laughs. Oh, they had no clue what they'd just started. That Krathian, Gorzak or something, flexed his claws and strutted over. Said their gym was built for superior species, not weak little humans. I could have walked away, but nah, I'm not wired like that. Looked him dead in his 4 buggy eyes and said, "Bet I can outlift you without breaking a sweat." The crowd, tentacle guys, glowy blob things, you name it, hooted like it was the funniest thing they'd heard. Gorzak grinned, showing teeth like steak knives, and barked, "Choose your challenge, meatbag." I nodded at this hulking machine in the corner, some Xeno version of a bench press, glowing blue, loaded with floating weights. Told him, "Let's see who's soft after this." He laughed again, loud and grating, and the others joined in, betting on how fast I'd flop. I cracked. My knuckles rolled my shoulders and thought, time to shut 'em up. We started light. Well, light for them. Gorzak slapped 300 kilos on the rig, smirking like he'd already won. He pumped it out smooth, scales rippling, crowd cheering like he was a god. I stepped up, eyed the setup, looked like a cross between a tractor lift and a sci-fi prop, and laid down. The bar hummed, weights hovering, and I pushed. Easy. Repped it 10 times, no strain, then hopped up and yawned. The laughs died fast. Gorzak's grin twitched, and a squid-faced Xeno muttered, "Beginner's luck." I shrugged. "Let's crank it up then." We bumped it to 500 kilos, half a damn ton. Gorzak went first, grunting now, claws digging into the grips. Managed 8 reps, then dropped it, panting. I slid in, gripped the bar, and knocked out 12, slow and steady. Stood up, dusted my hands, and said, "That it?" The room got real quiet. Guess they weren't used to humans showing up their superior asses. Gorzak wasn't done. He was pissed now. Snapped at his buddies to load 800 kilos, growling, "No human can touch this." The weight stacked up, glowing brighter, humming louder. He went for it, veins or whatever he had, bulging, scales creaking. Got 5 reps before the bar crashed down, shaking the floor. He staggered back, huffing, glaring at me like I'd insulted his mom. I cracked my neck, slid under, and grabbed the grips. Took a deep breath. Yeah, it was heavy, but I'd hauled. Engine blocks back home for fun. Pushed it up, slow at first, then found my groove. 10 reps, clean, no shakes. Set it down, gentle, stood up, and flicked a sweat drop off my brow. Said, "Next." A tentacle Xeno dropped his protein goo, and Gorzak's jaw, or whatever, hit the deck. I was just warming up, and they were starting to sweat. Word spread quick. Xenos crowded in, whispering about the crazy human. Gorzak, red-faced, or red-scaled, roared, "Double it!" They piled on 1,600 kilos, over 3,000 pounds, like it was a death sentence. The machine whined, lights flickering, and the crowd backed up, expecting me to get squashed. Gorzak went first, snarling, heaving with everything he had. Managed 3 shaky reps before collapsing, claws scraping the floor. He wheezed, "Your turn, freak." I grinned, laid back, and gripped the bar. Felt the weight settle. Yeah, this was a beast. Took it slow, breathing deep, channeling every deadlift I'd ever pulled in my buddy's garage. 8 reps, steady, muscles burning, but holding. Lowered it smooth, sat up, and said, "Not bad, huh?" The gym went silent, then exploded, Xenos yelling in their freaky tongues, half freaked out, half pissed. They wouldn't let it go. A glowy blob Xeno, think sentient jello, slid over and hissed. Try endurance, human, our forte. Set up this treadmill thing, all anti-grav and spinning tracks, dialed to max speed. Gorzak hopped on, claws clicking, running like a tank on steroids. Lasted 10 minutes before stumbling off, gasping. I nodded, all right, my shot. Stepped up, cranked my playlist, sum up, old Metallica, and hit it. Legs pumped, lungs burned, but I'd run trails back home till I puked. This was cake. 20 minutes in, I was still going, sweat dripping, grinning at their stunned faces. Gorzak growled, he'll crash soon. 30 minutes, still solid. At 40, I hopped off, breathing hard but steady, and said, that enough for you? The blob dimmed, tentacles drooped. Endurance was their game, and I just smoked them. Next, they threw agility at me. Some spider-looking Xeno rigged a course, lasers, moving platforms, the whole sci-fi deal. Said, dodge this, ape. Gorzak went first, lumbering through, knocking half the beams down, but finishing in 2 minutes flat. Crowd cheered like he'd won gold. I stretched, cracked my back, and said, watch close. Took off, ducking lasers, vaulting gaps, sliding under. Bars like I was back in high school football drills. Clocked it in 90 seconds, landed clean, and spun around. Too slow for you? Gorzak's spikes bristled, and the spider Xeno chittered, backing off. I wiped my brow and laughed. Y'all thought agility was your thing? They weren't laughing back. Guess humans dodging deer on icy roads paid off. By now, the gym was a circus. Xenos piling in, filming with their fancy holocams. Gorzak, desperate, yelled, strength combo, max it out. They dragged over this monster rig. Weights, pulleys, a press that'd crush a truck. Loaded it to 2,000 kilos, 2 freaking tons. Gorzak attacked it, grunting, heaving, scales popping. Got halfway, lifts, pulls, presses, before collapsing, chest heaving. I stepped up, sized it up. Looked like a junkyard challenge. Started slow, powering through lifts, yanking pulleys, pressing that beast overhead. Muscles screamed, but I'd hauled scrap with my dad till midnight. This was familiar. Finished the set, dropped the bar, and panted. That all you got? The crowd lost it, screams, gasps. One Xeno fainted. Gorzak just stared, defeated. Station brass caught wind. Some Xeno cop rolled in, all lights and buzzers, demanding, what's the human doing? I shrugged, winning, apparently. They tried shutting it down, safety violation or some crap, but the crowd booed him out. Gorzak slumped on a bench, muttering, how? Told him, Earth's a grinder, lifts, runs, fights, we do it all. Showed. I'm a vid on my phone, me deadlifting a car axle back home. They gawked like I'd grown wings. A squid Xeno whispered, your planet breeds monsters. Nah, I said, just stubborn bastards. They started nodding. Humans weren't weak. We were relentless. I'd flipped their whole damn worldview. The next day, gym was packed, Xenos begging me to coach them. Gorzak slinked over, quiet. Teach me, human. I smirked. Start with push-ups. Old school. Showed him my routine, lifts, sprints, burpees, stuff I'd done since high school. They flailed, clumsy as hell, but tried. Told them, keep at it. You'll toughen up. A blob Xeno wheezed, your stamina's unreal. Yeah, I said, try hiking Rockies with a hangover. They scribbled notes like I was a guru. Word hit the station net. Human outmuscles Krathian elite. Xenos started bowing, freaking bowing when I walked by. I'd gone from soft skin to legend overnight. It didn't stop there. Xeno higher-ups hauled me in, some shiny diplomat whining, you've disrupted order. I laughed. They challenged me, I answered. Showed them vid of Gorzak flopping. They shut up fast. Tried banning me from the gym. I said, good luck enforcing that. Walked out head high, humans don't bend. Back at the gym, Xeno swarmed, asking about Earth workouts. Told them how we bench rusty bars, run till we puke, laugh off pain. Gorzak grunted. Your kind's unbreakable. Close enough, I said, stubborns. The word? They ate it up, wanted more, begged for tips. I'd turned their macho fest into my playground. Station buzzed for weeks. Xenofeed screamed, "Human redefined strength." Gorzak tagged along now, my unofficial sidekick, grumbling but lifting. Showed him squats, basic, brutal, and they groaned like I'd cursed them. Told them, back home, we do this for fun. A tentacle guy asked, why not machines? "'Cause grit beats tech," I said. They nodded, starting to get it. My Rockies tee became a badge. Xenos pointing, whispering, "That's the guy." Even the cop Xeno backed off, muttering about human limits. Told him, we don't got none. Push till it hurts, then push more. They stared awed. Humans were chaos and they loved it. Jim turned into a cult. Xenos ditching their glowy. Rigs for my dirty earth moves. Gorzak hit me up. "Your world's hell. How'd you survive?" Grinned. "Hell's our home. We thrive there." Showed a vid, me flipping tires in a blizzard. They gasped, thought it was magic. Told them, that's us beat the odds. Laugh it off. A blob Xeno said, "You're not soft, you're steel." "Damn right," I said, forged and crazy. They cheered, freaking cheered, like I'd won a war. Xeno brass gave up, couldn't stop the hype. I'd flipped their gym, their pride, their whole damn system, one lift at a time. Here's the deal. I walked in a nobody, walked out a king. Xenos call me Iron Riley now. Say it with respect. Gorzak's my gym buddy, still grunts but lifts like a beast. Showed him one last trick, pull-ups till I drop. They tried, failed, begged for more. Told him Earth's a forge, we're the hammers. If this pumped you up, smash that like. Means you've got grit too. Subscribe, I've got stories stacked. Aliens learned, don't test a human, we don't just win, we dominate. Catch ya.